Coming up next on UTRGV-TV, the World Health Organization names the coronavirus COVID-19, and the number of confirmed cases in Texas rises to at least 3. Plus, renovations are underway at the South Liberal Arts Building after a faulty toilet valve flooded the 3rd floor, and UTRGV is awarded a $38 million gift from Valley Baptist Legacy Foundation. We have this and more. UTRGV-TV starts now. Welcome back to another UTRGV-TV edition. I'm Elizabeth Mendoza. Today is Monday, February 24th, and at the top of this week's newscast, the World Health Organization has officially named the disease causing the outbreak of the coronavirus COVID-19. Is there a possibility that the disease could travel to the Rio Grande Valley? Here's our reporter Betty Lu Infante with more details.
The CDC has confirmed that there are currently at least 3 individuals in Texas among groups of people who returned to the U.S. on a State Department chartered flight that tested positive for COVID-19. We spoke to Director of Infectious Surveillance, Dr. Jose Campo Maldonado, to discuss if recovery is possible and whether there should be concern over the disease spreading south to the RGV.
People who get infected are expected to, most of them are expected to recover. We don't have a vaccine for the COVID-19, but there are measures to also work to prevent that infection if we get it in the future in our territory. But right now, we don't have any significant risk for the local cases in terms of transmission.
UTRGV education major Lucy Flores believes the U.S. has the resources to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
We have good health care and access to a lot of treatments, so I don't think it's catastrophic.
She sees the situation as under control. Flores fears other consequences due to people not fully understanding the disease.
It can lead to dangerous actions, and people are associating the disease with a certain population, so it could lead to hate crimes and just crime in general.
The CDC says Americans returned by State Department chartered flights will be subject to a 14-day federal quarantine and be housed at one of 2 federal quarantine sites for repatriated travelers. They will also be monitored during both flights to those locations and screened upon arrival. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, Betty Lu Infante.
Renovations are now underway at the South Liberal Arts Building in Edinburgh. This comes after a faulty toilet valve flooded the 3rd floor during Martin Luther King Jr. break. One professor tells us what happened that day. Here's the story. Last month, faculty at the Edinburgh campus returned from their 3-day weekend to flooded floors at the South Liberal Arts Building. Dr. Christopher Miller's office is one of the approximately 30 offices that were damaged on the 3rd floor, along with 3 to 4 classrooms.
It was disconcerting almost in the same sense as like being burglarized. You walk into a situation that you're used to and everything's been turned upside down.
Dr. Miller has been in his office for almost 15 years. When he came back the next morning, he saw that his belongings had been moved around, items that he's had for years damaged.
One person who was up here on Monday said that it was ankle deep in the hallway.
We spoke to the Director of Campus Facilities Operations, Abraham Hernandez, to find out more about the incident.
I guess somebody came in over the weekend and utilized the restroom, and the valve didn't close.
Hernandez tells us the flooding happened in the women's restroom on the 3rd floor and was caused by a faulty toilet valve. The water ran continuously over the weekend, flooding offices and classrooms.
We've created a schedule that takes into consideration 3 offices at a time. We're estimating a maximum of 2 weeks per group of offices, and they're basically either 3 or 4 offices per group. So we're going to be working on this over the next 2-3 months.
As of now, construction is underway, and Hernandez adds that the repair costs are estimated to be $75,000 to $100,000. Students will not be affected and classes will resume as normal. Reporting in Edinburgh for UTRGV-TV, Elizabeth Mendoza. With the recent awarding of a $38 million donation from the Valley Baptist Legacy Foundation, the UTRGV School of Medicine is on track to becoming a national epicenter for biomedical research. Rocio Villalobos reports.
Over the years, the Valley Baptist Legacy Foundation has gifted $58 million to the UTRGV School of Medicine, assisting its mission in creating a healthier community.
It really takes UTRGV as an institution to a much more prominent level nationally in terms of research.
UT Health RGV has 30 clinical sites across the valley, and with the $38 million grant, which is the largest single donation in the history of higher education in the RGV, the medical school will grow its research and education programs.
That will help us to advance our research in Cameron County into diabetes, obesity, genetics, childhood genetics, a variety of areas. And it will also help us to advance some of our surgical training so that we'll actually be able to begin training surgical residents at Valley Baptist Hospital.
One of the research projects focuses on induced pluripotent stem cells to identify the molecular mechanisms of diseases. Dr. Satish Kumar explains.
We differentiate these stem cells into different cell types of the body to study various diseases and disease genetics, particularly for disease gene identification.
The School of Medicine graduates its first class in May, and Dr. Krause says it is their hope that the future doctors will stay in the valley for their residency training and practice, transforming the region with a higher quality of life.
A community with more access to care, a community where we have answers to some of the chronic diseases that we have in the valley. And we want to thank everyone that made this possible, and we'll continue to work closely with the community to really bring them the best education, research, and clinical care that we can.
Along with its growth, the School of Medicine continues to attract renowned researchers and clinicians and plans to expand its practice into addiction studies this spring. In Edinburgh for UTRGV-TV, Rocio Villalobos.
Some job opportunities on both campuses. The UTRGV Career Center will be hosting the Spring 2020 Career and Internship Expo this week. The expo will take place on Tuesday, February 25th at the Plains Capital Bank, El Gran Salon in the Brownsville campus, and on Wednesday, February 26th at the University Recreation Practice Gym in Edinburgh. Both events will be held from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This event welcomes all UTRGV students, recent graduates, alumni, and is open to the public. We spoke to Assistant Director for Employer Relations, Ronnie Garcia, who says there will be over 70 employers and on-the-spot interviews.
So we have a lot of different employers that are coming in. We want students to be knowledgeable by going through our Handshake website and seeing what internships they're looking for, what type of career opportunities are they looking for.
Career advisors will be available at the events to help anyone who has any questions. Students are recommended to bring their UTRGV student ID, a resume, and dress business professional. The list of recruiters is finalized and can be found on the Handshake Career Fair website. UTRGV Student Union hosted the Marine Band San Diego featuring the Double Time Brass Band in Edinburgh last Wednesday. UTRGV-TV's contributing reporter Nady Rodriguez is here with more. Nady?
Elizabeth, the Marine Band San Diego travels nationwide performing jazz for communities for free. Last week, the band came here to share their Big Easy sound on campus. We spoke to the director of the Marine Band San Diego, Alexander Penos, who says there are 10 bands employed by the Marine Corps. Penos says people do not know about the band, so they tour across the United States to get the word out.
One of the things we do is we represent a different side of the Marine Corps that people aren't so familiar with.
The San Diego Marine Band will continue to make appearances at other campuses as they have for nearly a century. Marine Band San Diego performs over 350 commitments every year. To get more information on the Marine Corps, you can visit their website or Instagram page. For UTRGV, Nady Rodriguez.
Here's this week's UTRGV TV Noticias en Español with Kenia Correa.
Maestros universitarios y voluntarios se reúnen todos los domingos en Matamoros, México, para llevar libros, actividades de diversión y educación a todos los niños que esperan en la frontera junto con sus familias, asilo político.
Y ahorita les voy a explicar lo que van a hacer adentro de esa mano. ¿Me están oyendo? Todos necesitan una hoja.
Voluntaria y maestra de arte de UTRGV, Lilia Cabrera nos habla de su experiencia al brindar terapia de arte para los niños.
Las cosas buenas para ayudarle a la gente, especialmente porque ellos pues duermen en el piso, es algo para ayudarles. Y luego con el arte pues para que puedan expresar emociones, para que ellos puedan tener algo bonito durante ese tiempo tan difícil que ellos están viviendo ahí en ese encampamento.
Lilia, junto con la ayuda de Team Brownsville y sus otros voluntarios, han trabajado desde septiembre del 2019 para generar terapia de arte y sesiones de yoga, al igual que clases de matemáticas, ciencias e inglés para todos los niños. Para Lilia, Team Brownsville es la organización que sabe las necesidades que necesitan las 3,700 personas. Los niños, al practicar actividades de diversión, es esencial para sentirse libres de expresar sus sentimientos mediante dibujos, los cuales son actividades que los ayudan a olvidarse de su realidad y desarrollar su inteligencia.
Creo que les ayuda a expandir su mente y distraerse de lo que está pasando en sus vidas. Sí.
Muchos niños con diferentes habilidades, con edades entre 2 y 6 años, nos sorprenden con su entusiasmo y su lucha por integrarse a nuestra sociedad, demostrando que para la educación y deseo de salir adelante no existen fronteras.
Para los maestros, su principal misión es llevar actividades para fortalecer la educación de cada uno de estos niños. Si desea más información, puede comunicarse con Team Brownsville en sus redes sociales. Reportando para UTRGV Noticias en Español, Kenia Correa.
Now to this week's police reports. Right now, 2 people are in custody after police say they were seen jumping the U.S. border fence on surveillance. It happened last Monday near Lot B1 in Brownsville. U.S. Border Patrol agents responded to the area where they arrested a Colombian woman and a Nicaraguan man. Over in Edinburgh, 2 people are now safe after being stuck in an elevator. It happened at the Science Complex last Tuesday. UTRGV-PD and UTRGV facilities reached out to the Edinburgh Fire Department after they were unable to remove the male and female passenger. Facilities was later able to reset the elevator and safely remove both passengers. No word on how long both passengers were stuck in the elevator. Now let's send it over to Victoria Cantu for this week's sports highlights.
The UTRGV men's basketball team had its 6-game winning streak come to an end this past Saturday against the New Mexico State Aggies. We have senior Leslie Varner II leading the Vaqueros with 23 points, 2 steals, and 6 rebounds. We also have junior Javon Levi coming in to place his 4th double-double for the season, giving Vaqueros 13 points. Quinnen Johnson II with 9 points, shooting 3 3-pointers. The team is now tied for the number 2 seed in the Western Athletic Conference Tournament. They are 7-6 and are tied with Grand Canyon and Seattle University. The final score was 78-62 for this game, and if you Vaquero fans want to tune in on the action, the UTRGV men's basketball team will be going face-to-face against CSU Bakersfield once again on Thursday, February the 27th on ESPN3. The women's basketball team had its fair share rematch against New Mexico State this past Saturday. Compared to last year's Western Athletic Championship, you can see that the team has improved on their defense and came out on top for this game. We have junior Tara Lynn Tyler leading the Vaqueros with 19 points with 5 3-pointers, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. We also have graduate student Desiree Berge scoring 15 points with 5 rebounds and 2 steals. Junior Amara Graham giving Vaqueros 14 points with 4 assists and 2 blocks. Kaylee Jones also giving UTRGV 9 points with 6 rebounds. The women's basketball team rounded up the final score 74-63, and if you want to see the women's basketball team come out and support as they continue their season at home this Thursday against CSU Bakersfield. That was your UTRGV Sports Highlight of the Week. I'm sports reporter Victoria Cantu.
Thank you, Victoria. That's all we have for you today. But remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about, you can contact us through our social media or email us at tv@utrgv.edu. We have community and UTRGV news every week. See you next time.